Welcome to Timeball Games. I'm ELD, here to ask you for help in growing the channel. When we reach 2,500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a custom leather playmat to one lucky subscriber. So be sure to like and subscribe. Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Timeball Games in Bellingham, Mass. We have Matt on Dragon Stompy versus Brandon on Reanimator. Dragon Stompy looking to get down Chalice of the Void at 1 and Blood Moon to effectively stop your opponent from playing any magic. That is typically where Stompy players are going to be happiest, when they are the only ones doing anything worth mentioning. Potentially beating down with such menacing threats as Simeon's Spirit Guide and Magus of the Moon. 3-mana 2/2s are potentially enough if your opponent is literally locked out of the game, unable to cast any spells. Brandon really looking for a solid hand here. We see Lotus Petal, Reanimate, some bodies, and you got to think that's going to be good enough. And depending on who has the play here, this is going to be super important. Mountain Go, a 7-card keep from Dragon Stompy, which may prove to be an error. Reanimator so fast. Sleeping on them is potentially a real error. 7 more cards coming in. And a couple of unmasks, and this is going to be a devastating play. All of this done so far with no lands. Unmask hitting a Grave Titan. And we're going to see a Dark Ritual into an Exhume. And interesting, not even unmasking Matt first, in case he does have some type of answer to any of this. It's going to be Dark Ritual, bringing back that Grave Titan. And Matt going to scoop it right up there. Could have potentially got a little more information, though Brandon and Matt both regulars of the store when we're open. So perhaps both of them completely aware of what the other was playing, especially this being the final round of a Wednesday night legacy. Both players undefeated up until this point. Reanimator is incredibly powerful and is a little pricey to play with because of all the dual lands, which is just is what it is. I mean, Legacy is an investment format, and it is a lot of fun. And the nice thing, I've been selling cards for 25 years now, and the idea that I've been pushing the whole time is you get the cards to actually play the formats that you enjoy. You get the staples. So, I've been telling people this whole time to get your dual lands, get your Force of Wills, get your cards that you can actually play whatever deck you want, and, you set your goals and you make it happen. And countless people I've helped along the way, just getting them good deals, potentially giving them payment plans to be able to get the cards and play the format the way it's meant to be played. And it is really cool to see that happen. I know Brandon had elves built and then eventually started getting dual lands, and now to see him in the finals here with a deck that he worked really hard to end up with is just a really cool thing. And I personally am a big fan of the cards retaining value. If you've got two choices, one, cards continually go up in value by a little bit each year, or continually go down, one of those leads to the game just dying, and the other just kind of tries to keep up with the cost of inflation. I don't really think it's even a choice. I think we want just a slight appreciation on cards over time is kind of the best case scenario. And the people who are actually investing in the formats are the ones that are going to be able to play, which is awesome. And there's plenty of them out there. I mean, I probably have 10 sets of dual lands here if anybody's looking to pick them up. They are always available. Magic card market is incredibly competent at getting the cards to where they need to be. Just a super efficient market. A Karn goes to grab a Tormod's Crypt, and Brandon is going to be facing down a clock in the sense of this Karn being on the play here with a very keepable hand. Turn 1, 4 mana, a much more solid opener than we saw last time from Matt, which was literally just basic mountain go. Perhaps snow-covered mountain, I'm not sure which it was. Either way, not going to beat Reanimator. This game, however, very much favoring Matt at the moment as Karn continues to tick up. We've got a Chalice at 1, cutting off the bottom rung of the mana curve. And Karn grabs a liquid metal coating, which is interesting. I mean, that's going to make it pretty difficult for Brandon to get 2 mana together when liquid metal coating can just kill his land each turn. So he's going to fetch, and then next turn, oh, he's actually not even going to bother fetching. Now he'll respond. Yeah, that is definitely the better way to do it. Now he's able to get a land, which he can actually use this turn. The other side of that liquid metal coating with Karn is, yeah, Karn can blow it up, but while it's an artifact, it can't be tapped for mana. So even if Karn isn't used in that way, it's still a big problem. Umezawa's Jite being picked up by Imperial Recruiter, getting a couple of counters. Basic Swamp coming down. Exhume. And Matt may be forced to use the Tormod's Crypt here. Yep, absolutely. So Tormod's Crypt going into the bin. This could have been a really interesting sequence if Brandon had access to a Dark Ritual. He could have potentially entombed in response to his own Exhume after the Tormod's Crypt. That's a line that I've seen get people many times. However, now his mana base being taken down. Brandon has won the first game. The second game looking very much in Matt's favor, and that is actually going to... Oh, he's down to 5. Not quite dead yet. Now he's dead. That Chalice at 1 making it very difficult to leapfrog back to 2 mana, especially with the Karn. Usually Lotus Petal can help out a lot there, but Karn shutting off the artifacts, making it very difficult for Brandon to find a way back into that game. And he will make some sideboard adjustments, being on the play here for game number 3. A bunch of mulling here from Brandon. Continues to mull further. Really wants an explosive opening. Being on the play means it's unlikely Matt's going to be able to interact with him. He might have access to Fairy Macabre, but Surgical Extraction not typically going to be part of the mix in a deck that's looking to land a Chalice at 1. And is Brandon's deck going to let him down here? Oof. Absolutely devastating. The London Mulligan gives him some chance, as he's still going to see 7 cards. This, in the past, was an absolute death sentence. Now he's going to have his pick. The best 4 cards here. Leyline of the Void in the opening. Really with his back up against the wall here. Chrome Mox, Imprinting Simian Spirit Guide, looking to get multiple uses out of this. And we've got a Bone Crusher Giant. That life counter. That life counter app. Not the best one. If you've got a better app for Android, let me know. Really want something that shows up well on camera. And that's the best thing I've found so far in my testing. May go back to an iPhone device. Those showed up really well, but they are pretty expensive. A Seasoned Pyromancer getting a token. And Leyline of the Void still stopping Brandon from getting any type of traction going. Magus of the Moon. a basic swamp fetched out in response, but in order to get rid of this leyline, he may need green mana. That Bayou fetched out earlier, or played naturally earlier. And we see Cabal Therapy, Reanimate. And that is going to do it. Bone Crusher Giant and friends pushing through the 20 damage before Brandon able to find an answer to that Leyline of the Void in the finals of a Wednesday night legacy here from ELD's Time Vault Games. Can't wait to get back to the table with you guys and have some fun once we're past all of this. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.